I created the best all-around build in NBA 2K26. Think of LeBron when you think of this build. It's good at everything. It gets legend shooting, allowing me to shoot from literally anywhere on the floor. It has elite defense, locking up everybody. It unlocks every dribble move with max speed with ball. It unlocks crazy dunk packages. And my favorite part about this build is the rebounding. There isn't something that this build can't do. It's called a two-way off-screen shooter. And today I'm going to show you why this is the best build in the entire game. We're almost at 900,000 subscribers. To get closer, let's play the sub game. You must subscribe if you're watching this on your phone or tablet. You must subscribe if you live in Nebraska, Canada, or Texas. You must subscribe if you like cookies, and you must subscribe if you want to see more content like this. If you want $100, listen up. I'm teaming up with Underdog Fantasy to give you guys $100 when you sign up with promo code SOLO. If there was a $100 bill on the ground, would you pick it up? Yes, you would. So get the Underdog Fantasy app, use code SOLO, and when you play a $5 pick'em, they will give you $100. This is a no-brainer. And on top of that, with code SOLO, you'll also get this CeeDee Lamb 1-yard special. All Underdog Fantasy is higher or lower end player stats. You can make up to 8 picks, mix and matching different sports, as you guys can see. I did NBA and NFL, and I used a 50% profit boost. My $20 are almost $4,000 if all my picks are correct. It's time to put your sports knowledge to the test and make some money, but it doesn't even take any knowledge to sign up using code SOLO and secure your $100. Sign up today, have some fun, but be sure to play responsibly. What's up, guys? It's Solo back on another video, and today I'm going to be finally revealing my first ever 6'8" build on this game. It's crazy because it's the middle of November right now. The game came out in the end of August. Now I would say that 6'8" builds are the meta build, the meta height on this game. But if you watch me, you know I've been going crazy with the 6'6s. But I had to give them a try, and this 6'8" has been going crazy. So to start out, I got to show you guys how to make the build. I go right hand, jersey number, you can put whatever. Also, if you're thinking about making a 6'8" build, or you want to make this build that I'm about to show you guys, just so you know, this build, it works on every single court. Ones, it's a monster. Twos, that's what I play the most, so I go crazy in the twos court. Threes, it's valid, it's versatile, it could play the 1, the 2, or the 3, honestly. And on the 5s court, it's literally LeBron. This build could literally be any position. So wherever you want to line up at when you play 5s for rec and pro-am, that's all that position changes. It does not change your attributes whatsoever. It just matters, do you want to line up at the 2, 3, 4, or 5? You actually can't be a point guard with a 6'8". So I'm going to be going with a shooting guard. For the weight, you want to bring this all the way down to minimum 185 so you can be as quick as possible. The wingspan, there's actually a debate. Now, I looked into everything when it comes to these type of builds. You either want to go 6'9" or 6'8". Now, if you go 6'9", you can get the 85 steal, which gives you gold interceptor. But your shooting will not be as good. You'll have a 95 midi, 93 point if you want to max it out. If you go 6'8", though, your steal does not get that 85 steal. So you're going to have to go 73 or maybe 79, but your shooting will be better with a 97 midi, 92.3. I decided to get the steal on my build, so I'm going 6'9" wingspan, and then with the midi and 3-pointer, you can just use your badge perks to boost some of those badges. All right, it is finally time to show you guys how I created this 6'8" demigod, which honestly I took days to create this, factoring in the cap breakers, the badge perks, the build specialization, literally everything. So let's start off with the mid-range, which is going to be our highest stat on this build. And just so you guys know, I have 15 cap breakers. I'm about to have 18 soon. I know a lot of you guys don't have that many, so I'll show you guys how to make this 6'8" build, but with less cap breakers. We're going to be putting 5 cap breakers on mid-range. So you go back to this screen, you guys can see the max potentials. We can get a 95 midi. So on the build, I'm going to go 90 and put 5 cap breakers on mid-range. This will give us Deadeye and Set Shot Specialist on Hall of Fame and Shifty Shooter on gold. I will be going with the shooting specialization on this build, and I'll show you guys the badge perks at the end, but all of the shooting badges will be on legend. As far as the 3-point goes, we are going to have this pretty high. We're going to put this up to an 87 in here. And again, the max potential is a 90. So we're going to put 3 cap breakers on our 3-point to get us up to that 90. That gives us silver limitless range, which you can +2 to Hall of Fame. So that's the only badge that's not going to be legend, but all of the other ones will be legend. Shooting's pretty easy on this game, especially if you're open, but the main goal for this build offensively, at least how I play a lot of 2s, is going to be midi fading. So with the 95 midi, we're going to have legends, shifty, legend, that like, it's crazy. I do not miss. I shoot like 80% from 3 on this build. Offensively, this thing's a monster. Next up, let's get into the playmaking, because this is where the build gets really, really glitchy. Now, if you guys have made a 6'8" build, if you're deep in with this 2K shit, you know, you've been playing 2K26 for a while, you've been watching a lot of build videos, you probably already know about this. But on 6'8" builds, when it comes to cap breakers, if you put your ball handle to a 66, and I already know there's going to be so many people that skip through this video and see I have a 66 ball handle and are just like, yo, this build is ass. What is he cooking with this? Like, it's terrible. If you go 66 ball handle, 71 speed to a ball, when it comes to the cap breakers, 5 cap breakers on your ball handle brings it from a 66 to an 86. So 5 cap breakers gives you plus 20 to your ball handle. And then with the speed of ball, it only takes 2 to get this to an 80. So we're gonna have silver lightning launch, max speed of ball at an 80. The badges are all gonna be up. We're gonna unlock every single dribble move for these tall guards. And by doing this and having a low ball handle and a somewhat low speed of ball in the builder, that allows us to upgrade a lot of other stuff that we would not be able to regularly get. And something else that I like about this build a lot, and if you're gonna make this build, you'll like it too, especially if you're gonna play 5v5. Well, on the other courts, it helps too, but pass accuracy. This build gets a very high pass accuracy. We're going to be getting an 84 pass accuracy for gold diamond, which you can +2 up to legend or +1 to Hall of Fame. I think I +1 it. And then we get versatile visionary gold, break starter silver, and we do miss out on bailout by 1, which if you want to tweak the build, I'm sure you can get it. With an 84 pass accuracy, we're throwing dots. And before we move on to anything else, just to like recap it, that is my 15 cap breakers right there. 5 on midi, so we're gonna have a 95 midi, 3 on 3-pointer for a 93 pointer, 5 on ball handle for an 86 ball handle, and 2 on speed of ball, which gives us an 80 speed with the ball. If you don't have as many cap breakers as me, I'll tell you in a second how you could tweak this build. But first, let's get into the defense. Like I said before, this is the best all-around build in the game. It can shoot, it can dribble, it can pass, and now we have the defense. We're gonna be going with an 87 perimeter defense, which gives us Hall of Fame off-ball pest. First off though, I want to upgrade the agility just so we can see all of the defensive badges. So the agility is going to be an 88. That's something I like about this build a lot, because a lot of guard builds, you go like 83 agility, you just get Jalen Suggs motion style. Agility matters a lot, especially defensively. If you verse some of these fast guards or these dribble gods, you gotta be able to keep up. So we're gonna go 88 agility, and while we're here, we're also gonna go 88 speed. This is something that we do not have to do, especially because our speed of ball is only a 71. If you guys know on this game, normally you'd go like 86 speed of ball or whatever, and then your speed would have to be 86. That's just how the builder works. But with the cap breakers, our speed of ball is low. So if I really want to, I could have my speed down, but speed, agility, physicals matter a lot, and we're going to be having these very high. And with the 87 perimeter defense, we have silver challenger, silver on-ball menace, silver pick dodger, and Hall of Fame off-ball pest. To be honest, you could go 85 in the perimeter and not care about off-ball pest, especially if you have less cap breakers. You're probably going to want to do that, but for me, I'm going 87 perimeter. And next up, for the steal, like I said before, instead of going minimum wingspan and going 6'8" and kind of going with lower steal, going 79 or going 73, I decided to go 6'9" on the wingspan to get that 85 steal for gold interceptor, which is just, that's a really good badge this year. Glove is not that good. We get silver glove. That's why I'm saying, if you go 6'8" wingspan and go minimum, which again, if I show you guys, I'm gonna kind of mess up the build here, but you can't get an 85 steal if you go 6'8" wingspan, right? Now, something I will say is if you have a low amount of cap breakers, if you're watching this and you have 0 cap breakers, or you only have 3, or you have 8 or something like that, I would probably recommend going 6'8" on the wingspan, because you can kind of give up that steal and maybe go 73 for silver interceptor. That'll free up a lot of extra stuff on the build, because I do think shooting, dribbling, stuff like that is more important. So probably just go lower steal if you don't have a lot of cap breakers. But for me, I have 15. So we're going to get the steal and we're going to get 85 for the gold interceptor. And make sure you guys are subscribed. Again, we're almost at 900K. I look into all this stuff so that you guys don't have to. As far as the badges go, the cap breakers, best ways to make builds, all that. So just make sure you guys go down below and are subscribed. Next up, I have my block. Now, there is another way to do this build where you cap break the block. That's another stat like ball handle and speed of ball where things can really get glitchy. It's about the same though. Like if, I don't know, I kind of like it this way, but if you really want to test stuff, if you're making your own 6'8", you could try versions of this where you keep the block low and cap break it up to like 82 or 78 or something like that. But on my version of the build, we're just gonna get 78 block, which block's actually very important this year, of course, for blocks in the paint, but also jumping for contests and stuff like that. We're gonna get bronze paint patroller, and we're also gonna get high flying denier once I upgrade my vertical. And we're gonna keep our interior defense at 60. Honestly, I think this is fine. If you plan on playing more of a center role with this 6'8", then yeah, you probably want to get that up, maybe get a little bit of strength. But for me, I plan on playing more of a guard role. Like when I play twos, I'm the guard, I'm the one, I play with the center, right? So I don't really have to worry too much about interior. Something that I do like about this build is the rebounding, right? I want to be all around. Like I said, I want to be versatile. That's something that I like this build more than my 6'6" is because of the rebounding. So I'm going to go 71, which shout out to, I believe it was either 2K Labs or 2K Suits. I don't know which one, but shout out to both of them because they found that the number is 71 for like the threshold for getting good rebound animations. A lot of people do not know that. Like if you stop at 70 compared to 71, they tested it. 71 gets better rebounding animations. So we're gonna go 71 on the D board. And then for the offensive rebound, you could keep this low if you want. Honestly, you could put these attributes elsewhere, especially if you have low cap breakers. O board is one that I would say keep it a little bit lower. But for me, again, I have a lot of wiggle room with my 15 cap breakers. So we're gonna go 66 O board, 71 D board. But what's crazy about this build, and this matters a lot for rebounding, you know, I feel like casuals would not expect it. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer, but vertical matters so much. You know, when you talk to some of the guys that play 2v2 wagers all day, all of them have very high vertical because when they play twos or even for threes or fives, whatever, when you're trying to get boards, twos court, I'm gonna use the twos court as an example though. If you're playing sides or your center has to switch onto the guard and then you have to switch onto the center, like this versatility, having an 83 vertical and having rebounding, like I can rebound with inside centers, you know, if I get the switch onto them, having that versatility changes the game. So we're gonna have silver high flying denier, and we're also gonna have bronze rebound chaser, silver box out beast with Hall of Fame pogo stick. This build is gonna have low strength. Again, if you're gonna play more of a center role, which I wouldn't really recommend it, but you could get some strength. I've tested strength on defense. You guys know I play lockdown. I'm a lockdown defender in the fives and the threes, honestly. It helps a little bit, like you'll get some better bumps, but it's not as crazy as I thought it was gonna be at the beginning of the year. And again, I would say one of the best players in the game. I'm not gonna say I'm number one, but I'm probably top 100, top 500, whatever. I think this is valid, but you can even ask some of the best twos players in the world, and they will agree that you do not need high strength on your 6'8" guard build, because I already know I'm gonna see comments about it, but hey, I mean, you want strength, then get strength. I don't know what to tell you. And lastly, we have the finishing, which with me, contact dunks are more of a luxury. Like if you can get them, that's fine, that's good. But I'm not coming into a build like, yo, I wanna get contact dunks, like that's a priority. I just think shooting, dribbling, passing, defense, like rebounding, all this stuff matters way more, because going for contact dunks sometimes is bait. It's like a turnover waiting to happen. Like sometimes you just know how fluky it is in this game. Like you never know what the meter's gonna be. So for me, if I have an open dunk, I wanna get some solid dunk packages and just take a normal dunk. I don't need to do anything flashy. I don't need to dunk on anybody. With an 80 driver dunk, I'm gonna unlock some really good dunk packages like quick drops. I'll show you all the dunk packages that I put on this build. The meter dunks are still good. And the reason I'm not getting contact dunks or going for that is because my mid range is so high. We're gonna have a 95 midi with the cap breakers in this build. And a lot of the time I play with an inside center, the paint's just clogged. I'm never really going into the paint, you feel me? I'm working the midi and shooting midi fades a lot of the time. And again, I do have some dunks, so it's not like I have nothing. But I would just rather put those attributes elsewhere, like pass accuracy or defense, rebounding. My vertical is crazy high. Like I'd rather put those attributes into physicals than having contact dunks. But hey, if you want contact dunks, I'm sure you could get them. Lower the speed down a little bit, lower the vertical, you know, there's ways to do it for sure, but for me, I rather get the physicals, I rather get the vertical, stuff like that. And to finish off the build, we will be putting the last two attributes on free throw. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the best all-around build in NBA 2K26. And once again, if you're skipping to this part of the video, I have 15 cap breakers. 5 cap breakers are going on ball handle. I'll show you the cap breaker screen in a second, but 5 are going on ball handle. We're gonna have an 86 ball handle. You get plus 20 with 5 cap breakers, 2 on the speed of ball. We're gonna have an 80 speed of ball, 5 on the midi for a 95 mid-range, and 3 cap breakers on a 3-pointer for a 93-point shot. I'll show you all the final badges in a second because you really can't tell with, you know, all the cap breakers that are gonna be put on this build. You can see it. This build is absolutely all around. It has rebounding, it has physicals, it has speed, defense, dribbling, passing, shooting, and finishing. And when I go ahead and confirm the build, we get shades of Dan Marley, Prime Kobe Bryant, John Starks, some pretty good shades. We got Kobe in there, right? So it's got to be a good build. And we have built a 2-way off-screen shooter. You guys can read the strengths, the weaknesses, whatever the top attributes. This build is crazy. And I will show you guys everything on this build, the badge, perks, the build specialization, takeover, dribble moves, jump shot, dunk, all that. But I want to show you guys some versions of this build with less cap breakers, because I have 15. I know a lot of you guys watching this do not have 15 cap breakers. Do you want to make a build like this? So let me show you guys kind of what I would do and the tweaks I would make in order to make a valid build with low cap breakers. First things first, I said this before, but I will probably drop the wingspan if you guys are gonna make a version of this build with maybe 4 cap breakers, 8 cap breakers, something like that. I would drop the wingspan down and I would just have to take a lower steal. Again, glove is not that good, so I wouldn't go 79. I would just go 73 steal for that silver interceptor. I would probably bring down the speed and agility. I mean, I like having the speed and agility, but again, if you have low cap breakers, that's not really gonna work for you. So I'll probably also bring down the vertical, maybe go 77 if you can do that. And then I'd also bring down the O board, maybe to minimum, honestly, because D board is what matters the most. Again, switching on defense, if you switch the center onto the guard and then you're all of a sudden guarding the center, we're 6'8", we have vertical, we have D board, we're gonna be able to get rebounds if we're in position. I would also bring the perimeter defense down to 85. You don't really need an off-ball pass on Hall of Fame. Bring the free throw down too. Now it just depends how many cap breakers you have or how much you're willing to invest into. Like if you know you're about to get 3 cap breakers in a few days, then I would say build it for those cap breakers, like invest into the build. Again, 5 cap breakers go on ball handle and 2 go on speed of ball. So that's 7 right there. If you don't have that many cap breakers, then I would probably bring speed of ball up to like 75 and just keep it there. 4 or 5 cap breakers still on ball handle, but let's bring this back down to 71, 66, and then post control down. Like that. Something you guys would have to ask yourself when you're making your 6'8" build is, do you care about midi fading? Because I do. I play a lot of 2s. It's just easy. You know, you could go high 3 or high midi. Getting both might be tough. You know, you could go 89 to get that silver limitless, assuming you don't have as many cap breakers as me. I like the midi though. So honestly, you could go 83 3-pointer and then try to get shifty at a 91. You could +2 shifty. So this could be good right here, 91, 83. And then if you look at the max potentials, I mean, you could cap break mid-range up to 96 eventually, which would give you the Hall of Fame shifty and a way higher midi. Honestly, you could probably get both. You could go 91 midi for that shifty shooter and then 89 3 for the silver limitless range. I think for this version of the build, I would try to get the contact dunk. So you go 89 dunk and then you go 78 vertical, just like that. You get 2 different contact dunks. You get the 1 foot and the 2 foot. You could get bailout with an 85 pass accuracy. And then the rest is really up to you. If you want layup, if you want standing up, you can put on that. If you're gonna play a lot of 5s, maybe get some free throw. But me, I would probably go with, honestly, I'd go with agility. I think I would go 88 agility, and then I would probably put the rest on O board just to get this up a little bit. I go like 60 and then get the vertical up to 83 for Hall of Fame Pogo. This is actually a really good version of this build. Just to finish it off, you could put free throw on it, and then I guess 1 to O board or 2 to O board. This would be a low cap breaker version of the build where you'd put 5 on ball handle, 2 on speed to a ball. Then as you get the rest of the cap breakers, you'd put them on mid range just to get that up to a 96 eventually for Hall of Fame shifty. And then if you're a literal beginner and you have no cap breakers to work with, or maybe you only have a few, what I would recommend is you obviously are gonna have to bring the ball handle and speed of ball up, because you're going to want to dribble. So let's bring the midi stuff down for now. Ball handle is going to have to go to 85. You could go 86 if you want. And then speed of ball can go to 75. It doesn't have to go to 80. You get silver lightning launch at 75. I would bring down the agility, and then I would bring the O board back down to minimum, or well, 46. So we get the 71 D board. I still prefer mid-range. So I would just drop the 3-pointer to 83 for bronze limitless. And then I would try to get 91 midi for gold shifty, which you could +2 to legend. I'm sure there's a way to tweak this to get the contact dunks if you want that. But again, I like the physicals. Like you could bring this down if you really wanted to like 84. And then, but I mean, I don't know if you could get contact dunks. You could see, you could get the 2-foot contact dunks, I believe. And then if you really wanted to tweak it more, you could do it. Like you could bring the rebounding down a little bit and then get the 89 eventually. Let's see, down to that. Bang, you get the 89 for both contact dunks. This is if you have no cap breakers. This is like kind of what a build would look like. But again, I'm not a huge fan of the contact dunks. I mean, obviously I like them, but bring the standing dunk down to a 40. I just think the physicals and the rebounding and that type of stuff is going to help you out a lot more. So let's go ahead and put this up to a 77, put this up to a 71. And again, I mean, I would probably say go agility and then go O board back up to 60, get vertical up to an 81. I'm gonna go O board to a 69. I'm not gonna lie, let me keep tweaking this, because I would probably go, hold on, let me go like this. We'll go 60 and 77 vertical. Honestly, if you bring the O board all the way down though, can you get the 89 3? Okay, no, that's gonna be hard to do. So we'll go, let's get bailout actually. Let's get bailout, and then we're gonna go up on the O board, and then I'll just go speed. I'm just gonna put the rest on free throw. So we'll go 74 free throw, and then O board up to 64. This is the version of the build that I would make if I had no cap breaker. So if you're a brand new player, this is what I would go with. And then as soon as you start getting cap breakers, I would say throw them on mid-range to get that 96 mid-range as soon as possible for Hall of Fame shifty shooter. Or what you could do if you really wanted to make one build for the whole year is you could put one more three-pointer. So what I would do is I would bring the speed down. Although, let's see, let me perfectly tweak this. So we'll go, actually, let's see, 84 three-pointer, right? You can put five, you can only put 5 cap breakers on a category, right? On a stat. So you can put 5 on three-pointer eventually to get the 89 three-pointer for silver limitless. Now that's if you only want to make one build for the whole year, because you put 5 on midi, 5 on three-pointer for silver limitless. That's not really what I do, so I'm gonna just go back to what I had. Okay, so this is what my actual 6'8" build looks like. You guys can see it here with all the cap breakers. I was telling you guys, it goes crazy. You go 66 ball handle, it's the glitch, it's the meta. You get plus 20 to your ball handle on these 6'8" builds, and then 71 speed of ball, you get plus 9 with only 2 cap breakers. You get that up to an 80. Again, my version of the build is built for 15 cap breakers. We go shooting specialization, so you can go 2 of those specialization cap breakers onto your shooting, whether that's mid-range or 3-point. Just taking a look at this build, I mean, I can't stress it enough. It's literally like LeBron. It can do everything. It can finish, it can dunk, it could shoot really good. That's one thing LeBron can't really do, but you get what I'm saying. It's an all-around build. Maybe more of a KD build, I don't know. But it can shoot, pass, dribble, play D, rebound, and just literally do everything. So let me show you guys the badges. You guys can see Legend Deadeye. We get Gold Limitless, Legend Set Shot, Legend Shifty. We have a Handless for Days on Hall of Fame, Interceptor on Gold. You guys can see the tier 2 badges. Hall of Fame Dimer, Hall of Fame Lightning Launch, Hall of Fame off-ball pass. And this is the badge perk layout that I'm currently running. Again, we go shooting specialization, so we can +1 set shot and then +2 shifty shooter to have both of those on legend. We have Deadeye +1 up here and Limitless +1 as well up to gold. And as for days, lightning launch also in the +2s there. Badge elevated lightning launch and shifty shooter. Build specialization, like I said, is going to be on shooting for the extra badge perks and cap breakers. Something that's very important is takeover. Now, I go with the deep bomber takeover ability. I do have custom takeovers, so you can see we go deep bomber for the takeover ability, and I just go speed of ball because we only have an 80 on this build, but you can go +15 with your speed of ball if you only pick speed of ball for the attribute. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Have 95 speed of ball once I'm in level 5 takeover. If you don't get custom takeovers, I would recommend getting one with the deep bomber takeover ability, like Chef, if you can get it. Honestly, a lot of the takeovers are good. If you go with the sharpshooter one, you can kind of spam snatchbacks and get a lot of ankle breakers with that. There's a lot of different options. Now I'm putting y'all on. I got y'all with the best dribble moves for these tall guards. Subscribe if you guys are still watching, because normally I would put this in a dribble moves video and I would say y'all gotta go watch a dribble moves video, but today I got y'all. One move that I would say I'm still testing is the escape Paul George and Jimmy Butler. I've been using Jimmy Butler like all year, but a lot of people use Paul George. So I've been testing that out, seeing which one's better. If I like Paul George, I still don't know yet. Devin Booker breakdown is very important. Lonzo Cross is really good. Make sure you have on Kobe triple threat. Devin Booker step back might be the most important dribble move. You guys can see everything on the left here. Dribble pull up, make sure you have on Pro 2. Motion style, I have on Jalen Suggs. Then we have my dunks. Again, we only get an 80 dunk, but we still get some pretty good dunks. We have athletic one-handers off 2, and then we have basic two-handers off 2. For the 1 foot, we have athletic hangs off 1. Quick drops are on basic one-handers and two-handers, athletic one-handers as well. And then for the standing dunks, we have both of the basic ones on. And for the signature dunks, we have on Devin Booker, and we also have on Klay Thompson. And for the alley-oops, we just have on Pro. Then we have the jump shot. This is for subscribers only, so I'm just telling y'all, because I've been using the same jumper all year. I shoot 80% from 3. This shit is chicken. Base Matt Ryan, you can get this at rookie 1. You don't have to be starter 4 to get it. Base Matt Ryan, release 1 is Baluba, release 2 is Sadiq Bey. Full release speed, 60% Baluba. I'm telling you, this shit will change your life. That's gonna do it. Let me know what you guys think of the build in the comments, especially if you make the build. Let me know how it turns out for you. I'm sure there's gonna be other viewers that are wondering, you know, is this build worth it? Trust me, it is. Subscribe if you guys have it, and click the video pop on your screen right now if you haven't seen it yet.